So who are we? So I'm giving an instruction to move your attention to your feet, and who is that one that I'm giving the instruction to? So that feels like it's you. That you're the one moving the personal attention. You're the one that says, I can move personal attention, I can't move personal attention. I choose to move personal attention. But notice that's all being seen. So that one that's moving the attention is being seen. It's not the seer. Anything that appears in this dream cannot be the seer. So the movement of attention cannot be the seer. The thought that comes up and says, I choose to move my attention, cannot be the seer. Because it's being seen. Just like if you're watching a movie, anything that appears on that screen cannot be you sitting in the audience as the seer. Everything that you, as the person in the audience, see on that screen is in the movie. So everything that is seen in this reality, in this dream, is not the seer, cannot be the seer. It's being seen. So when I ask you to move your personal attention down to your feet, you feel that's you. But actually that's a functioning that's appearing. A thought appears and says, I will move my attention. And the attention is moved. And there is this seeing that sees that person that moves the attention and sees the feet. And feels the feet. The suffering of the human is the identification with that personality structure. The idea that that is you, and the forgetting that who you are is this boundless freedom in which everything appears in. This knowing, this instantaneous knowing. So when you put your attention into your feet, that person that's putting its attention in the feet is known, the sensation of the feet is known, the sensation of the floor is known. It's not named, so it's all mystery, but it's all known. There is a consciousness of it. There's a consciousness of the body, of the air on the body, instantly, with no time. There's no time in that. Instantly, everything is known. And the reason there's no time and there's no space and there's no distance in it, because consciousness is all things. Consciousness is not located behind a head. Consciousness is in all things. It's in the mountains, it's in the roof, it's in the floor, it's in the space in between. Everything that is seen and experienced is consciousness, is that alive presence. And the I am. The I am is also not limited anywhere. That sense of existence does not belong inside the body and is not separate from anything. The empty looking and that sense of existence are in the appearance of all things. You cannot see consciousness though. You can only see the objects that are appearing. You cannot see the seer. But in another way you can. Because all objects are source. All objects are consciousness. So another way you can, but you cannot limit it to an object. So you cannot say, I'm more conscious, or Bill's more conscious, or the rug's more conscious. It's equally in everything. So you cannot locate it, but yet it's there, reflected back to you in everything. And this consciousness is it looking through the human being, is having the human experience. And the human can believe that it's not consciousness, that it's a limited person, that it's a separate person, and believes that it's in relationship with the world, that exists separately from the world and is in relationship with the world. And when it identifies, it always feels like there's something missing, like there's something wrong. So then there keeps being a seeking for that consciousness, for home, in the sensations, in the pleasures of the human. You keep feeling that one day you'll arrive. Where really arrival is this. Arrival is here. So if you put your attention into your feet, just lightly question, where does my foot end and the floor begin? In this moment, not in what you think, not in what you've learnt, in this instant, how big is my foot? How small is my foot? Notice that we know the size of ourselves, we know our foot in comparison to other things in time, in the intellect. So my foot belongs to me because it's not the floor. My foot is big because other people have smaller feet than me. So notice that everything is not fixed. It's relevant to what it's surrounded with. So now move on to your legs. How big are your legs? How small are your legs? So we're now going to move to the hips, into your first chakra point, below the genitals or below the base of the spine. So just recognise what happens there. If it's dead, if it's feeling sexual, feeling grounded. And then move to below your belly button. And whatever's happening, just welcome it in, whether it's comfy or uncomfy. Just acknowledge it. And the same with your feet. Can you actually find a size to that feeling? How much can there be a surrender to that feeling, just as it is? Not because you think you're going to get rid of it, but because it's here. Because that's what's appearing. So now into the solar plexus. much can you put the attention into that? I can't remember if I said the heart or not.
No.
Okay. So now move up to the heart. And to your throat. Just put your attention deeply into it. No attempt to try to get rid of it. You don't even have to understand it. We can sometimes work on that if it's really dense. But just absolute acceptance of it. To your third eye. You can just relax your face, your jaw. into your base, top chakra of your head. So I feel that the goal of this is you have this knowing who you are, consciousness, so this expandedness into everything, and then on the human level, a totally embodied human. And what that means is not being perfect, not being not conditioned. We are conditioned. If you're shy and you're conditioned to be shy, not getting over that. Not getting over conditioned if you're conditioned to enjoy cream cakes, not getting over the joy of that. If you're conditioned to enjoy listening to music, not stopping that conditioning. So that the goal is not to overcome the conditioning. The conditioning is what makes you, on the human level, uniquely you. Absolutely uniquely you. The goal is to totally embody it, to stop trying to avoid it. This is what we are as a human, with all our vulnerabilities, with our nakedness. To not try to be better or more enlightened than our neighbour, to have less issues than our neighbour, to get down in the mud with them and have as many issues. To be absolutely naked and vulnerable, to be afraid of spiders, if you're afraid of spiders. So just fully embracing the conditioning, fully embracing what's happening. Not living in trying to get to an end of being human, trying to get to this moment of happiness, this moment of freedom. Just a total collapsing into all the qualities of this. If you couldn't perceive ugliness, you wouldn't be able to perceive beauty. So, I can sit with Khaleesi and I can be enjoying the sunset because I know what it is to not have the sunset. I know how beautiful those colours of orange and pinks are. And I know that by the contrast, Khaleesi cannot enjoy the sunset. She doesn't get that. She doesn't have that quality. By knowing joy, I have to know sadness. By knowing peace, I have to know disturbance. Absolute acceptance of this human life as it is. The reason it's got so uncomfortable is because you're trying to find perfection in being human. You're trying to get to a place of permanence, to end, that I've arrived. But your arrival is the consciousness that's experiencing the human, that sense of existence that's there all the time. This is your home. This is your arrival. This is your peace. So when your mind's saying, but I want to be happy, I want to be happy, just recognize that story going on and then just move down to the body, and see what's going on, and see what it wants, and see what it feels like it lacks. And then also see that who you are is the one experiencing that. That's not actually you. So does anyone have anything they want to work on? You have to turn off the phones now.